Hi there, thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to make a moose using punches. This is not my original idea. If you go to my blog at stampwithheather.ca, you can see a link to where the original idea came from. Now I've modified it a bit, but the basic idea didn't come from me. So to start off with, we're using leaves number 2 die for the big shot, and I've punched those in creamy caramel, and then I sponged the edges with close to cocoa. And you can see here that I'm using a two-way glue pen. So I'm just going to line up my antlers, and then I'm going to attach those to my head. And I'm using the wide oval punch for the head. You can see I'm not really putting those down too quickly because I want to put my ears on. And my ears were done using the 5-point petal punch. I'm just going to tuck those in kind of behind so they're somewhat centered in the antler. So I'm just putting it behind the close to cocoa paper and kind of shoving it there in the antler. There we go, just to make sure it's kind of all centered, and I'm happy. Okay, there we go. Okay, give it a good push here. And there is the beginnings of my moose, and I'm just going to add a little bit more ink here with my sponge. Okay. And now what I'm going to use is I've got another wide oval. This is going to be the mouth for my moose. So again, I can just use two-way glue here. I mean, you can use a snail or something because it is a large area if you want to. I'll put that on. And now I have my 1/4-inch circle punch, or the large hole in the crocodile, for the whites of the eyes. I've got that there. And now I'm going to add a couple little cheeks here, and I'm going to do that using the heart-to-heart punch. And I did that in real red cardstock. This is just to give it a little bit of a festive feel. Not that a punched moose ever looks like a real moose, but you know, this makes it a little bit more cartoony. Now what I've got is, for the arms, I have a word window punch that's sponged in close to cocoa, and then I have the chocolate chip. I used textured paper. I punched out the boho blossoms flower, and then I just took 2 of the prongs. I'm using those as the hooves for the moose that's going to be holding on to a Christmas gift. So we'll get to the assembly of the card after. So I've got 2 of those. And then your last step, that is, I mean, obviously completely optional, all of this is optional, is the hair. If you wanted to do hair, which I probably should have done before the antlers. So what I'm going to do is I'll just punch out a wide oval. I'm going to use the boho blossoms flower, and then I'm just going to flip this over, take a pair of scissors, and we'll just cut this out. Okay, so it matches that oval, and now I can glue that onto the top of my moose head. There we go. Okay, so I've just got a little tuft of hair there. Oh, there we go. It's a very Canadian card. I'm very excited about this. Okay, and then I've got my basic black marker. So I'm just going to add in the little dots with eyeballs here. And you could use this with the 1/8 punch and glue down the eyes if you wanted to. Same with the nostrils if you'd rather use a 1/8 punch. But I'm just going to hand draw those in. And then I've got my smile that I'm going to draw in here. Too much pressure to do on camera. So I'll get that smile on, and we'll be back to assemble the card. Now comes the assembly of our card. I've got a craft card, and you're going to notice that all my edges are sponged as well with the close to cocoa. And then I have an old olive cardstock layer, which is, I think, 3 3/4 by 5, and then I have my real red layer, which is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and this old olive is 3 by 3. And again, those layers are all sponged with the close to cocoa ink. Now, I'm not going to push these layers down hard yet, just in case. I want to make sure I'm happy with the final effect. I've got my moose head, and now I've just cut out a 2 by 1 3/4 inch gift. So I want to kind of have that tucked behind his head. We're going to make it look like he's holding on to this. So we'll just have a little bit of an overlap. Okay, And then for the arms, I wanted to make it look like it was coming out behind the gift from the moose. So I just bent my word window. And you can see, whoa, this one stuck to me, sorry. You can see that I just folded the word window back. And so I just want to make it look like he is holding on to the gift. So I've got my arms wrapped around. And then my final touch is, I love this little teeny tiny tag. It's coming from the next mini catalog, but it's just too darn cute. It says Mary on it. It looks like a tag for the present. It's a punch. This can just kind of stick up. And we have ourselves a punched Christmas moose. So I hope you like it, and I will see you again really soon. Have a great night, day. Bye.